Soon, 6 trillion will be able to be put into the market for cryptocurrencies. If some of this money is spent, how might the price of XRP change? Can we send 3 to 4 numbers? Without a question, the answer is yes. I'd also like to show you some facts. eToro's founder and CEO talked about XRP. Saul also taught us something new about atomic settlement and how blockchain will be the next generation of banks. This knows a lot of really useful things. We'll also add some things about Ripple and XRP here. We're going to talk about the Clarity Act. We're going to talk about how Ripple can help with big issues and what this might mean for XRP owners. Let's start this way. Someone who buys goods writes down this price, or XRP's price. Around the world, people have 60 trillion in retirement funds that are not currently invested in digital assets. Every time 1% of that 60 trillion is taken away, the price of Bitcoin goes up by 30,000. Since this is the case, I believe it is safe to put 2% if you, in fact, the people in charge of the banking system have told you that all of those assets should lose 2% of their value every year. So why wouldn't those accounts bet 2% of everything that is worth putting ice cubes in a different routine and watch them melt? That would be enough to raise Bitcoin to 1,005K, which is more than 50% more than where it is now. We still think it's way too early. Still, there are early signs that it will be okay with organizations. The largest sovereign wealth fund in the world, Doris, has been putting more money into Bitcoin and other digital assets. Its assets are worth 2 trillion. The way they round is still wrong. That being said, other schools and sovereign wealth funds will be able to buy Bitcoin once the Harvard Endowment, which is the biggest sovereign wealth fund in the world, does so. Would this one huge company be able to decide which trades can happen on the Bitcoin blockchain and which ones can't? What could that company do with that much power? In that case, would Bitcoin be safe? China makes 51% of the world's mines. What's stopping them? It might cost a few $100 billion to build one or more very large plants that could do this. I'm going to show you some of this data now. Thal Lawson is 1% of 60 trillion. If this went straight into XRP, what could it do? The price of XRP could change by 12.96 if 600 billion is sent straight to it. But we know that when new money comes in and buys XRP off the open market, it grows because there isn't enough money to buy one XRP at a time. When we look at a 25x, 50x, or 100x increase, something like 255 XRP, 500 XRP, or 1000 XRP could be in question. The market value of XRP is 60 trillion, which is 100 times its value. I also want to know what would happen if 2%, 3%, or 5% of 60 trillion were put into XRP. This sounds like a fairy tale or something like winning the lottery and getting all the numbers right? The moon, the sun, the earth, and everything else in the world can all line up just right for us to see in the future. This is how much it would cost. I'm not going to do that. These are 2%, 3%, and 5%. This is the one-time fee. If all you want to do is look at the screen, you can win 2 $500 with this. I know this looks tasty. The company's CEO, this is where Toro talks about XRP. Let's get it. After that, there was the first crypto rise, and then we began working with clients. People started to buy Bitcoin on it. Toro in 2013 did that for 4 years. The people who run my business told Yoni, you're going all in on this Bitcoin. There was no real event. We need to go to Moan. Got a lot of information about it. Then 2017 came along. By the end of 2017, 95% of our clients were dealing Bitcoin and XRP. Also, EDH was worth about $4 when we added it to the list. It's always been a big deal for like Bitcoin and other digital assets, blockchain and tokenization. I'm sure we're still in the very beginning stages. It will keep going. What Moss? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Let's talk about cones like we do with everything else. But why do you think that's the case with Bitcoin? We're not going to talk about that. The clip is almost over. There are only 5 seconds left. You can see that I'm talking to my dog by waving and doing other things in this shot. We didn't agree with each other. She was hid. She's not being filmed because she wasn't sure if she should go into the room or not. She wasn't sure if I would stay at the desk or not. It was also her that was on the edge. Anyway, fine. We just got off the phone with Franklin Templeton's CEO. Bloomberg or one of these other big networks was talking to her. She talked about the future tokenization, the stock market, and how banks will start using digital assets because that's how things are done these days. Seeing her is just very interesting. That's right. Also, she said that not every crypto is the same. I was interested in that because Franklin Templeton has put in for a Bitcoin ETF, an Ethereum ETF, a Solana ETF, and an XRP ETF. The CEO is saying that not all cryptocurrencies are the same and that people should only invest in ones that can be used. Take a look at what Franklin Templeton does at night. The 4 assets they are most hopeful about are these. So I do think that there are some clouds here. We're going to the moon. You should be able to zoom out and see where we are and where we're going. We don't know how long this will take. That's why I'm always so happy. I sing a song and dance in a strange way as I walk around. It makes me happy that we were mostly right about these things. Bitcoin is like a church to me now that I play it, right? You can say it's real or not real. It doesn't matter. I also think there is beaky because it's a great way to use fear. People from the US don't really think about that because they move around so much. Someone from Israel told me that their parents and grandparents lost money because of the government. They will always keep some of their savings in. It won't be in a Bitcoin ETF because the government could take it away. They will keep the keys to their Bitcoin instead. After that, you can use Bitcoin to talk to them. That put my mind at ease on this floor. However, the blockchain was brought up because it is and I used to work in technology. It does really important things, right? It's just a program writing language. These things will be important in banking services. You know, how much it costs to match up data from different systems if you work in the financial services industry. That's gone, right? This process is done in groups. There are many mainframes in the room behind us where we are sitting with all of these things. It looks like each big bank still uses a computer and does things in groups. So why does the New York Stock Exchange close at 400? It's over now, so everyone can get along again. You can settle the deal right away when you use Bitcoin. In other words, you're going to settle down right away, okay? You're supposed to act like she's talking about the good things about blockchain, right? When she talks about other cryptocurrencies, she won't mention XRP, Stellar, or Chainlink, of course. That's all she says. Everyone in the house knows about Bitcoin. That's what she's going to do, right? Please get it, think about it while she's going through it, okay? Can any of the things she talks about be done with Bitcoin? It can't, though. There isn't any AML or KYC. Banks aren't doing anything with Bitcoin. They are not making coins or badges all the time. All of those things are not being done. Just to be clear, I need to go back a few seconds and say what I heard before I stopped her. I'm sorry, but she needs to tell you. We need to just listen. After that, I'll shut up and we'll talk about it. The New York Stock Exchange shuts down at 400. It's over now, so everyone can get along again. You can finish the deal when you use Bitcoin right away. You're going to calm down right away. It's also good that you don't have to worry about the other side. We won't work with small banks unless we have an FX deal with them. This is because we don't want to worry about whether they will pay us. You can get paid right away if you have it in blockchain, though, because the token can prove who owns it. That's peace between atoms. Third, no one can stop the smart contract from carrying it out. You don't need that third party. That lowers the cost. It's safer. When I talked to Anthony this morning, he asked what about quantum computing. Don't forget that when you